Okay, here I am, live again. I'm Rebecca Milkey, and I'm a signature style strategist here in Spokane, Washington. And I'm live on YouTube now to do a talk through on my new downloadable PDF guide, The Wardrobe Pyramid. Pick it up for free at the link in the description box. But first, a little backstory. My tagline is Discover Your Style DNA. And I just thought that was obvious that your DNA is what makes you who you are. So your style DNA is going to emerge from you and inform everything about your style. But then somebody asked me what that is. What is your style DNA? So I came up with an acronym, and the D is design. That is your body's visual design, your coloring, your body shape, proportions, etc. And that is what we mostly address in a lot of my paid programs. The N is your needs. That's your lifestyle, your values, those things. Yeah. And then the A is your aesthetic. And that is the sense of beauty that really connects with the essence of you. And my programs have a really um, innovative way of digging that up and helping you connect with it. So anyway, a couple months ago, I was teaching a mother-daughter group, and one of the moms was talking about just the stat that you hear that you only wear 20% of your wardrobe. So she had done a big purge and then was a little bit nervous about um, overbuying. Now, knowing some things that work better for her and just wanting to make sure she didn't get into too much. So, in thinking about how to help her with that, I developed this guide. So, now the talk through. So there's obviously a welcome page, and then the diagram, the pyramid is just, yeah, standard, your standard pyramid. You need fewer coats than you do um, tops, for example. But the one thing on that page that I thought maybe could use a little amplification is, or that you might have questions about, is about the what I call toppers. So those would be blazers, cardigans, sweatshirts, even. Um, and it's often on the internet referred to as the third piece. So it just takes just clothes and elevates it to an outfit. But I get that sometimes people are too warm. I'm not one of those people. So I always like I'll even put like a little cotton cardigan in my purse or something when I go in the summer and because of air conditioning. Even at the grocery store, it's nice that they keep our food that cold, but I just get cold. So anyway, but if you're one of those people who's too warm or your job makes you warm or whatever, some other options would be something like a suite of coordinated accessories, like shoes, belt, and uh, earrings or something that kind of coordinate. A scarf can be a great third piece, or even a statement necklace. So just something to bring a little finish. So it's not, you know, uh, supposed to be dictatorial. It's all really about you and what works for you. So then step one is selecting the segment that you're going to plan. So I suggest that you start with the one that you wear the most, unless there's something else that's really bothering you. For example, like a lot of stay-at-home moms are comfortable with what they're wearing on a day-to-day basis, but they would like to have something that's a little nicer, but still functional for social outings. So what would that be? And that's the way to think about that. I do have notes. Um, so then step three is choosing your template. So that's just like a uniform, a formula. It's like when someone said to me a few months ago, and I don't remember, I think it was about, her stomach being feeling tight or something, but it was about I wear high-waisted skinny jeans every day. Great. This is where most of the capsule formulas break down, I think, because if you wear high-waisted skinny jeans every day, that's great, but there's gonna be a way for you to wear them best according to your style DNA. So don't feel like you need a lot of variety in your pieces, like different lengths of jackets or different necklines. Just find what you love and use that. Um, so one final note, you may be wondering why I didn't address color in this. And I do have a process for discovering a completely custom color palette for you. Um, But I think for the purpose of defining what's enough, that you can just work with what you have, put together outfits out of what you have. So the final pages of the guide walk you through the math of figuring out your personal enough. And it's not hard math, but you can feel free to drop any questions about anything about this in the comments here, and I will try to address them in a future video. And if you happened to catch the first edition of this, um, yeah, it was embarrassing. I had a lot of technical challenges and started coughing and all the things that could go wrong. But would you please encourage me by dropping an emoji in the comments? That's it for now. And I really appreciate you being here with me. Have a wonderful weekend.